evening and welcome to another episode of Power Half Hour Unstoppable Business Owner. Tonight's sponsors of our show, we are truly blessed to have Bonnie Herb with her doTERRA essential oils. Definitely get Be Oily with Bonnie and go to www.beoilywithbonnie.com for all your essential oil needs, and Bonnie will definitely hook you up. As well, we have the Camaraderie Rescue Mission raffle. Camaraderie Rescue Missions have several life-saving programs for our veterans, and we are in the middle of a summer fun raffle where you could get your chance to win a $7,500 valued ticket for a 6-month Freedom Boat Club membership if you're in the Winter Haven, Florida area. If not, don't worry. We have over 350 locations to serve you, where you could use that up to 4 times if you're not in the Winter Haven area. So go to www.tcrmi.org/shop to get your tickets today and help our veterans. As well, today we have Jennifer Zahari with over 25 years of experience of leading, mentoring, training, and coaching people. Jen provides individuals and business personalized support to get aligned with their best life. For more information, go to www.jenzahari.com and book your free 30-minute consultation today. As well, don't forget to get her book, Created, No Way Out. It is definitely a book filled with faith and filled with emotion, unique insights on mental health, and an ending you don't want to miss. You can get your copy on Amazon, or you can get it at www.jenzahari.com. Now, I am just super blessed and excited to bring to the stage Apostle Dr. Nicckay Natson. Sorry, not Watson. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I do it so good, and then I screwed it up. But welcome to the show. I have to say, this lady is amazing. I was on her podcast last night for the recording, which will air Friday this week. But I mean, this woman and her husband are amazing people. So, Apostle Dr. Nicckay, tell the world who you are and what it is that you do.
Okay, well, first and foremost, like she said, I'm Apostle Dr. Nicckay Natson, and I'm just a regular person. You know, everybody say, think that I'm so amazing, but I'm just a regular person. I'm just me. What you see is what you get. I am a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a grandma. I am a spiritual mother. I am a licensed clinical psychologist, a Christian psychologist, that is, and also I am doing so many serial entrepreneurship things that my husband and I do. But for the most part, like I said, I'm a friend. I'm who I am, So, that's it. That's about me, and the only thing I can tell you about me, what you see is what you get. And I'm just real. I'm just down to earth. And I love God's people. I love people,
And I love that. You are down to earth. This woman, I swear, is like so easygoing. It's like, wow. And I just loved meeting you last night. And so that's why she's here tonight, folks.
I know she's talking about, I'm amazing. It takes amazing to know amazing. So she's amazing as well.
Thank you. Our friend Inger is joining us from Toronto, Ontario, popping in to say hi. Welcome,
Hi.
Inger. So, I know you're back. You're like, I do this and this. So you're a serial entrepreneur. So tell us what it is, some of the things that you and your husband are into.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. First and foremost, I said I was a, licensed clinical Christian psychologist. I have a practice, Rejuvenation Counseling, Coaching, and Consultant, LLC is the practice that we have. And also, we have what it's called Pneuma Gifts and Accessories, where we sell Christian, Christian, it's Bibles, it can be journals, different things like that we do. We have a television network, we have a radio network, we have magazines, we have let me see what else. I'm podcasting, I'm doing radio. What else am I doing? I am trying to think. We're pastoring a church. We have what we call Kingdom Global Alliance, where we raise up spiritual sons and daughters, release them into their gifts, and help them into their gifts and affirm them into their call. What else do we do? Oh my God. when people ask me this question, I be trying to remember everything. Oh, we got publishing, Natson Publishing and Creatives that we do. What else? I'm trying to think, honey. I'm trying to think.
What doesn't you do? What don't you do?
That's what I'm saying, because I be trying to remember off the top of my head. Coaching, mentoring. We do coaching. We do mentoring. It's so much. It's so many things we do. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. So if you want an all-around amazing badass, then you definitely got to get in touch with Dr. I love it. And you're on fire for the Lord. Yes, so there you go. Yes. You can't get much better for that. We have Reese joining us. Hello, ladies. I'm glad to tune in. Reese. Didn't realize that we had so much in common. Welcome. I think this is the first time to the show, so welcome for sure. Yeah. So out of all that you do, what is the most thing that you're passionate about?
Oh my man, out of everything that I do, I think really everything that I do, I'm passionate about it because it's centered around my gifts and what God has created me to do, to be able to help others, even pushing others forth, to be able to see, the potential. It's a hidden potential that's in other people that I like unlocking. You know what I'm saying? And helping them see the best in themselves is what I like doing. And especially because today, I don't know if you ever heard of the courts of heaven. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
I think I have.
Okay, the bloodline, cleansing the bloodline curses. I did like 3 sessions today at the courts of heaven, and I absolutely love doing stuff like that, helping people get free, deliverance, inner healing. Those are the things that I love and that I'm passionate about.
I love that. That is so awesome. And it's funny because I've taken some courses like that too, and I'm trying to think of remember the name off the top of my head. I know I did some ancient past. And breaking the bonds and the chains, of generational curses and things like that. And something that you said, I know I've done so many different things. I'm just like, I should have a list of the stuff that I've done, but I just figured I've done it. And that was before I started doing any of this, before I had my own show and things like that. So what made you decide to start your podcast and your magazine and your publishing company? What made you decide to go into that?
Well, what made my husband and I decide to go into that, we had no idea that we was going into that. Okay. None, actually no idea whatsoever until the Lord started speaking to us. And this is the funny thing. He took us to Genesis, over in Genesis. And I think it's Genesis 3, verse 3 and 8 is what he took us to, if I'm not mistaken. But it's when after the verses, after Adam had ate the fruit, right? And Adam and Eve was hiding in the garden. And when they was hiding in the garden, they was picking up, the Natson paraphrase, twigs and, trying to, stitch them together and put it on themselves because they now knew that they was naked and they had knowledge that they really had no business knowing. So their eyes was opened up because of the, eating from, the tree. And so God had asked Adam, where are you? And he said that I'm naked. And he said, well, who told you was naked? And then the next verse says that it says that Adam and Eve heard the voice of God walking through the garden, right? Yeah. So we're going to quote my air quotes, okay? So yeah. I want you to focus in on that. I said, okay, God, what are you saying? What are you saying to us? He heard your voice walking through the garden. And I said, that's some powerful stuff. You can hear somebody's voice walking, right? And so I said, okay, God, what you want us to do with this? And he said, this is what I want you to do. He said, there's so many people out there that's not pure, that's voices that are not authorized. I want you all to create a platform for authorized voices, for pure voices, because just like my voice walked through the Garden of Eden, their voices are going to walk through nations. And it's going to bring forth healing, deliverance, and restoration to their lives. So everybody that comes on any of our networks, anything that we do, their voices are authorized by God.
Wow. That's powerful.
So that's how we came up. That's how we came up with that. With the magazine, anything in media that we do with the magazines, because everything we do is international, is local, international, national is what it is. So that's what he said. Their voices will walk. Their voices are walking.
Wow. That is powerful.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, and then he said, like, it's because what it is to explain even in greater detail, it's the merging of mantles, because we have all these different people coming together, and God is giving them gifts, and when they come together on the platform, he said it's going to be an explosion that's going to cause revival.
Wow. Well, back before the pandemic hit, I used to go and before the pandemic and before I met my husband, I was going to these retreats with Apostle Barbara Yoder, and she's from Michigan, but she's got a church in Michigan, but she's all over the place.
She's Caucasian, right?
No,
that might be somebody else I'm thinking about. No, I think that's Jody. That's somebody else I'm thinking about.
Yeah, this woman is powerful. She and the lady from Toronto, the Catch the Fire Church in Toronto, Audrey. Oh, it's been a while. Patty Audrey? No. Anyways, lady from the Catch the Fire Church in Toronto, and her are like really buddies. And anyways, and we would have another apostle, Bernadette Williams, I believe is her name.
Like I heard her too.
Her and Barbara have a church in Michigan, and I think Bernadette does some other counseling too, outside, like in another church. And so when I heard Bernadette speak for the first time, my girlfriends were like, I don't know this woman. She goes, because she was being real. And it was the first time I heard a pastor say, not shun you for, having thoughts of wanting to smack somebody because, they were just being idiots. And she goes, have you ever had that feeling, you walk into a room and all you want to do is just like smack these people. And I'm like, yes. And she kept on saying else. And I'm like, yes. And I'm just like shouting at my seat, yes. And I'm like, my girlfriends are like, I don't know her. So Bernadette, who is like, oh, this woman is amazing. But she is African-American and I am like pasty white. So she goes, and there's my sister. And I'm like, yes, you're her sister for sure. And so everybody just started laughing. And I was just like, and that was the first time that I ever felt that, I could actually be me and people would accept me. Christians would accept me, right. Because, we all fall short of the glory of God.
Yeah.
So, but, there are some people that don't feel that way, and that's fine.
They're a hot mess. You hear me?
They go to church on Sunday, act like everything's great, and then they go home and sin like the rest of us, but act like they don't.
A hot mess. They need to take several seats. They need to be skull dragged.
Right. We have James here. He says, "What's up, good people?" He says, "This is some powerful stuff." I love it. It is powerful stuff, and we're powerful women, and God put us together. So watch it, world, because something's gonna happen for sure. That volcano is gonna erupt.
Yes.
And for sure. Oh, that is so awesome. So what 3 things would you say that you've had to overcome in your life and in your business to get to where you're at today?
Overcoming my life. Oh my God, that's a loaded question. Let me see. Abuse. I've overcome abuse. Overcome trauma, and I've overcome rejection.
Wow. Those are powerful things. And here you are today. On the other side of that, right? That's awesome. And so what 3 things do you help your clients overcome?
Ooh, my clients. When most of my clients come, I want them to overcome fear. Okay. Because a lot of them, they walk in a place of fear, abandonment, a lot of abandonment and rejection issues. I want them to overcome that, overcome low level frequency thinking. You hear me? Thinking on a low level. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your mind got to be renewed. So, those are some of the things, if I say for them to overcome, where it first starts at, it starts all in the mind, with everything. So their mindset have to shift. Their mindset have to change,
Absolutely.
In order for any other progress to happen.
Absolutely. And I've interviewed over 100 people, and 100 people have said that the mind is the first thing that they've had to overcome. because, we all go through different things in life. And some are, I think of some of the worst things that I've gone through, but I always know that somebody else has gone through something worse. Right.
Right.
And
Right.
so it doesn't matter what it looked like when I'm going
Right.
through it. We do what we got to do to get to the other side. And then, but somebody always has it worse than we do.
Right. Right.
And I don't take that lightly, because the first time I heard that was from a friend of mine that had been gang raped back in 1976 on Valentine's Day by 13 different men. And
Wow.
she had prayed to die. She actually told him to kill her, and he didn't. And then she made friends with him as a survival mechanism. And finally, after 13 hours of being held captive, and he let her go.
Wow.
And so she ran, and she shares her story every year. They do a fundraiser, and she helps sexual assault victims. And she said, it doesn't matter what I've been through, after being gang raped for however long by 13 different men, held at gunpoint. I know that there's other people that have had something worse. And I was just like blown away. I was just like, wow. So I'm like, if she can say that, I can say that, because I don't know. I don't know if I could have survived that. And I've survived a lot, but I don't know if I could have survived that.
Right, right. I believe that everything that we go through in life is, when we go through things and we experience things, it's not to break us, or to put us in a place where we are, faithless. It's to increase our faith, for us to trust God, for us to, believe God for the miracle. But also our process, we're being processed to help somebody else. So when other people go through things and they can see that you came out and that you're an overcomer, that okay, well, if they've been through this, I know that I can overcome it. I know that I can come out, and that's what it's about. When I say a part of my mantra is we rise by lifting others, and that's a part of the rising, helping my sister, straighten up her crown, help her, see, there's victory, there's light at the end of the tunnel, regardless of whatever dark place you're in your life. There's always still, the sun is still shining. You understand what I'm saying? There's always a light behind the cloud. Behind every dark cloud, the sun is still shining. So that's what it allows them to understand, and allows them to know that. But they just have to, know that, tap into it, understand that, and then be able to shift, and then be in a position, in a place where they're willing to release things. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to release. Because sometimes, people hold on to things. They hold on. They don't want to let go, of that pain. They don't want to let go of the thing that happened, and a part of that process too is forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving the person that victimized you, and not continue to re-victimize yourself over and over again. Because when you say she became friends with him, maybe it was a tactic or a method, but I see it as trauma bonding. You just went through a trauma, and now you bonding with the person, and you re-victimizing yourself over again.
What I meant by that was she played it so that, because she knew either she was going to get out alive, or she wasn't, right? So to try and buy more time, she made maybe made friends wasn't the right word, but was like she made it sound like, she was trusting him, so that she could eventually get away from him. But she knew he was the gang leader, and she knew that he was the one calling the shots. So it didn't matter what everybody else did, as long as she focused on him and she kept him happy. She knew that she had a shot of getting out of there.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
So
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah. No.
I'm like, now. I was like, I don't know how that went down, but okay.
No. They ended up being caught and going to prison, some of them. So
good.
that was good.
I hope the rest of them get caught.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago, and I think they've served their time, and I think he was due for parole last time I was talking to her a couple of years ago. So yeah, I know she was told about that he was being released, but she didn't have any fear. I mean, he had already sent her a letter, saying that he was sorry for what he did.
Oh,
but
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so there had been, this was like I said, back in 1976, so this is now 46 years later. So yeah, So there's a lot to that, but yeah, I was just thinking, with the mentality of going through what she went through, to say that somebody else has it worse, that was the
Yeah.
point that I had really gotten away from that. But yeah, it's a powerful story, and
Yeah.
that by sharing our stories, it helps other people, right? Because they know that they're not alone in their circumstances, and that's the whole point why we tell them, right?
Right. They can overcome. Yeah, they can
They can
overcome.
overcome.
Oh, yeah.
So what are some of the things you did to overcome your abuse and your trauma?
Some of the things that I did to overcome, first and foremost, I made it up in my mind. My mind. I was going to overcome. I wasn't going to stay in the dark place that I was in, and plus on top of that, I am not the thing that I went through. You understand what I'm saying? Change my path, change my destiny, and people don't understand that they're you determine your destiny. You understand what I'm saying? And it's people, because of the things they went through in their past. And I see it a lot in my family also, because of the bloodline things in my family. I was determined to be the bloodline breaker, the curse breaker in my family,
Right.
So that's why I say, no, I'm not gonna lay here. I'm not gonna lay here polluted in my own blood, being like a dog going back licking his own vomit. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get up out of this place. So I'm determined to get up out of this place of darkness that I'm in, and I'm going to overcome. And a part of me overcoming was me having a prayer life. You understand what I'm saying? And praying, and with a lot of things that I went through in life, that's how I became a kingdom sniper. You understand what I'm saying? Where I snipe things out in the realm of the spirit, because that's another thing. Intercessory prayer. I teach intercessors. I raise up intercessors in this earth and release them out into what God has called them to be, and teaching them the depths and understanding prayer, and the importance of prayer and fasting, and living a consecrated life. So those are some of the things: my faith, my prayer, the prayer life that I have. Of course, my grandmother, she was a praying woman, encouraged me. People, like you talked about, support, having that support, people around you that support you, that says, you can be an overcomer. And then therapy and deliverance, going through deliverance, because it was I tell you, I had to go through some deliverance. Do you hear
me? Yeah. Absolutely.
I had to go through some deliverance. But listen now, I'm telling you, these hands still work though. God had to deliver me from fighting you, because I'm telling you, I would go in your house and snatch you up out of your house. You be talking mess. I'm like, what? I go up in your house and snatch you out of your house and pull you and beat you down in your yard. You hear me?
I love it.
God had to deliver me. I'm telling you, God had to deliver me. I'm telling you. But it's something that old woman, I keep that old woman dead, and my fight is on the spiritual side now. So, I fight in the realm of the spirit. But I still let people know, like I say every now and then, listen, these hands still work. They're anointed, but they still work.
That is so funny. That's the first time I've actually understood. Like, I've heard that. Like, when your husband was talking about that last night, like his hands in the chicken, whether you get 3-piece or 2-piece. I was just like, what's this guy really saying? And it took me a minute to find out. He really means like he's going after them. And I'm like, okay.
My husband is a hot mess. He's a hot mess.
Rissy says, listening to you two now, I understand why I need to be here. Absolutely. We welcome you to our community. Come every Wednesday. Join us. We're here for you. Reach out to us and we can definitely get you delivered from what is ever ailing you.
I know. Because folks be like, man, I tell you, they be trying to put stuff up on. Oh man, I thought you were saved. You was filled with glory. Oh, I am filled with glory. I'm gonna knock you out with this glory too.
Well, I don't know. In my lifetime, I've seen demon possessed people, like the demons be ripped out of people. I've seen a demon. Oh
yes, listen, that's my ministry. Oh my God, that's my ministry. I love that ministry. I walk heavy in deliverance. Do you hear me?
I've seen it, and the first time I seen it, I'm like, what the hell was that? Like, I was just like, to see somebody's face be completely contorted into something that you never would have recognized, and then having that person delivered, and then they're back to normal, and it's like nothing ever happened. And I'm like, We were in a house.
The thing is with deliverance, though, what it is with deliverance, because I know the people that, come to the practice and I take them through deliverance, it's important for them to have that soul care. You understand that aftercare? Because oftentimes what a lot of people do, they lay hands, they cast the demon out, but them people go out. But once the demon is cast out, the person really, they're like, okay, I don't know what to do, because they was being controlled by something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they have to have that soul care. And then when they have that soul care, and then you meditating in the word, you need to stay in the word. You know what I'm saying? Be a person of prayer, fast. These are some of the things you need to do so this spirit won't come back. Because the thing about it, if them spirits, once they go out and they come back, it says that the word of God says that 7 times they come back worse. And this is the Natson paraphrasing is, if you was, say for example, if you was delivered from lust, right? Mm-hmm. And then lust come back and it comes back and it sweeps over you to check to see if there's anything in you that's not right. So if they see something that is a little crack, it's not right, where they can get in, they call their boy, they be like, hey, come over here, John, Jimmy, come on over here, Jimmy. I just heard you talking the other day. Didn't you say you wanted to have a party? We about to have a party. You understand what I'm saying? And then they come back. They come back 7 times worse, and the person is made worse for it.
Yeah.
So people gotta really understand deliverance, because the way I hear some people teaching and preaching deliverance is not correct. It's not, because it has to be soul care. It has to be.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That was, oh my gosh, I want to say about 10 years ago. 10, 15 years ago that I saw that. I had just gotten, I had been out of my abusive relationship for a year. And I done a lot of inner healing. I had done a lot of different healings at church and surrounding myself with a bunch of new women. I belonged to a Bible study back then, and like the hands of God were all over this child and healing me from the what I was going through, what I had went through.
Oh, amen.
And so I went to this, I found this organization called Break the Gray with Bill Ballinger, and his manager, Valerie Norton, had it's called In the Wildflowers Weekend, where it was a retreat. And so it's all about inner healing. It was all about being delivered. It was all that. And that was the first time I was exposed to that kind of the demon possession. And I had no idea what was going on. And thank God I had a roommate that was in this, that knew what was going on. Because I'm like, this is too intense. I had to leave. Like I had to leave because I was like, something's going on and I need to get out of here. Once I knew the woman was going to be okay, I needed to get out of there because I wasn't sure what I had experienced. And so there was aftercare for not only the person that was delivered, but for all the rest of us ladies, that these ladies were well trained in what they were doing. And so I never felt unsafe. I was just unsure because, being a new Christian, I was just like, I have no idea what's going on here.
Right. Especially if you knew, yeah.
It's not something.
What a way for God to open you up, though. Wow.
Girlfriend. He took, I don't know.
Because I never would have knew none of that. Like we was talking in our conversations last night, and I would have never knew none. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't, you know what I'm saying, exploring, and then as our friendship grows, and it's awesome. It's amazing to me. Girl, we have to have you come out here in Texas and spend some time with us.
Perfect. Well, that's funny because people want me in Florida. I love Texas. I love Texas. I told my husband that for the last couple of years, I need to get my butt to San Antonio because I love San Antonio and I want to take him to the Riverwalk. So that's on my list. It's on my list. So we'll make the rounds everywhere. But it's like, I was with some pretty wild stuff in the Christian Christian world before I met my husband. And since I met my husband, I kind of let it go a little bit, but it's just like,
wow.
Wow. But
you don't need to do that. You need to go back out there. You need to get back out there and continue to allow the Lord, the Holy Spirit, to utilize you. So don't do that. And then come back and then lay hands on your husband. Come out. You might delete that part off.
This is live. He doesn't watch the show anyways.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord.
My mother-in-law's watching this. Hi, Mom. I don't think she watches the show either, but that's okay. We just want to say hi to Solomon. He says hi. And
Hi.
whew, my cheeks hurt. Anyways, the amazing people in the universe find you, Dr. Nicckay. Where's the best place that you want them to look for you at?
The best place they can probably find me is on Facebook or Instagram. Instagram at Dr. Nicckay Natson. Facebook, they can do my personal Facebook, Nicckay Natson, or my official Facebook page, Apostle Dr. Nicckay Natson. So that's the best place for them to find me, is on social media.
Perfect. I can't believe it's been a half an hour already. And I'm sure we could probably, I'm sure we could probably go for another hour. But unfortunately, the show's only half hour. We'll have to get you back on the Monday night show where for that, those are an hour. And you really need to see, see my
dignified. I'm being dignified now. You see, I'm not acting up now. And then you say you want to bring me back. I don't know what might happen now.
And if we add Elton to the show,
oh my gosh. I know they'll really be in for a treat.
Catherine Marquis, I forget how to pronounce her name, says it would be like a Holy Ghost party.
Yeah.
Let it go with the Holy Ghost. Yeah. She's a singer at she is the worship leader at a church in London, Ontario. Like it's an inner city church and it's powerful. Like it is.
See, I'd be like, man, I wish I could sing, but see, the Lord didn't give me that gift for singing because He know I probably wouldn't be in the kingdom. I probably wouldn't be.
Girlfriend, when I sing, it's like cat scratch fever. Tension and I are like this. But
now I sing under the unction of the Holy Spirit. Now, I do that, but now just to sing.
I can't sing either, but I love it. I'm gonna have to go back now. Now you're making me miss all the things that I used to do. So now I'm gonna have to go back.
Yeah. Whenever we have something out here in Texas, you have to come out here.
Absolutely. Keep us all updated. Well, once you have your next event, we'll post it everywhere. We'll get all of our viewing audience out there, and we'll have a Holy Ghost party in Texas.
Yeah. We're gonna set Texas on fire. You know what I'm saying? And then not only when you hit Texas, man, it's gonna hit Canada. It's gonna go straight through like a straight through.
We're gonna be like, who divided the sea?
We're
gonna divide the sea.
Yes. We're gonna do just like Moses and Elijah did, and that's part of my prayer language. Now I come with the rod of Moses. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you. That's why I say I'm behaving on here now. I'm behaving.
Well, like you told me, just be yourself. I think the two of us could be dangerous, though.
Yeah, lethal.
We could save a lot of lives. Just think of that.
Yes.
I see us on stages together.
Oh, amen.
Anyways, more on that later, folks. I just want to thank our guests in our audience here. I really appreciate you being here tonight, and for those of you that are going to catch the replay. And I just really am truly blessed, Apostle Dr. Nicckay, that you agreed to come on such short notice on our show tonight, and we're truly blessed to have you. So thank you.
I'm blessed to be here.
And do you have any last words for our guests before we wrap this up?
Any last words? Just, just be you. I would say, just like she said, be you, be the authentic you. One of the things I was telling her that I'm doing in this time and season of my life is showing up for me. So show up for you, and showing up for you is a part of, if you need to be inner healing, if you need deliverance from anything, if you need a renewed mind, whatever that is that you might need, it's part of showing up for you. And make sure you show up for you, and you put you first in this hour, in this season, for strength, for, if you need encouragement or whatever, I want to encourage you. We encourage you guys, that there's hope, there's light, out there, and you can reach out. You got people, that are staying with you, if you need discipleship, because you got people been in churches 30 years, 20 years, but they never been discipled, and they don't even understand, what I'm saying? So if those are things you need, you got the resources that's out there, and you can get in contact with us, and we can point you in the right direction. We don't have those resources, we can't help you. So that would be what I say to you guys. Be yourself. I love you all with the love of Christ, and thank you for tuning in.
And with that, guys, be awesome and unstoppable. We'll see you next Wednesday, same time, same channel. Have a great week, guys. Bye for now.